Hi and welcome to my beginner's quick start guide to the Battlefield 5 beta. This is for people who are new to Battlefield, so I'm going to go through some of the real basics. If you're an existing Battlefield player, you might find some interesting things that you might learn about it. So, Battlefield, what's it all about? Well, it's objective-based gameplay, first-person shooter. So the main game mode we're going to concentrate on is Conquest in this video, but there's Grand Operations as well to play around with. But first off, let's just have a quick look at the classes. If you played first-person shooters before, you'll know you kind of have classes. In Battlefield 5, it comes under your company. So if you select that, there's 4 main infantry classes that you get. There's Assault, Medic, Support and Recon. So your Assault, that's your guy who'll have a assault rifle. His job is to go around being at the front of the attack, and as you level up he gets an anti-tank weapon. Your Medics, they get SMGs. They can revive people very quickly and give out medic packs. Your support guy normally has an LMG. They're good at building things and supplying ammunition. And then you have your recon or sniper, who obviously has sniper rifles or DMRs, I think they get as well in this game. And these guys are very good at spotting people. So if we go in and have a look at the assault, if you click on the top, it gives you a brief description of what your soldier's kind of designed to do, and at the bottom you'll see his trait, which is battle hardened. You regenerate a large amount of health in other combat roles. Now I'd imagine when we get to the full game you'll be able to change your traits, but in the beta as of now you can't. Let's go into the gun. Standard gun is the STG-44. Now we do have upgrade and customization options in Battlefield, well in this Battlefield anyway. So if we go to upgrades, this is your upgrade path for your weapons. So as you level up and you earn points, war bonds I think they are in this game, you can buy these upgrades. So you start off being able to aim down sights faster bullets, a bit of a strange one, and then you can choose whether you want to go down the kind of hip fire route or the aim down sight route. So regularly check back on the upgrade screen to see if you've got anything else available. In customization, you know, you can change the color of different things. Importantly, you will be able to, at some point, and you might be able to do this when you watch the video, change your sight. What happens at the moment in the beta, it doesn't remember any of this. So it doesn't matter what you do, when you go into the main game, you've just got your normal weapon. We can change our sidearm, melee. Now at the bottom, these are our kind of gadgets, if you like. So the 2 things we have are, we have a grenade that we can lob. Brilliant! And then we have the dynamite. Now, as you can see, I've leveled up, so I can now equip the Panzerfaust, so I'll be able to take on tanks. And then I also have the that's the rifle grenade. Now, again, I think when the game comes out, we'll be able to change this to something else. So the assault and the medic are probably the 2 most common ones you're going to be playing with. There we go. He's got his SMG, medic pack. Syringe is what this guy can do all the time. So without further ado, let's dive into a game and give you some basics of what to do. So all you need to do is, if you go to play multiplayer and then just go to Conquest. This can take a while at the moment, and remember this is a beta, so it is still buggy, that there's bugs that will cause the game to hang. But don't worry, just quit out and start again. As I say, it's first person shooter. The controls are basically the same as Call of Duty if you play Call of Duty. So it's left trigger to aim down sights, right trigger to fire. You may well have heard of spotting in previous Call of Duties, where you would use the top right bumper to spot to when you're aiming down sights at people. When you're looking at them, tap that, and then they get a little mark on them that follows around. That is not as important in this Battlefield, in the beta and probably in the main game. You can't spot people in the same way. So what we're going to be basically doing is moving from capture point to capture point. and you have to stay on the capture point for a certain amount of time, and then we can go in and then move on to the next one. Really important thing to remember is when you spawn in to the game, you have very little ammo and you don't have a medic pack as well. So have a look at the minimap and then decide, you know, have a look to see where the nearest ammo or medic dump is. You'll see them on the map, and then you can go and pick stuff up, or you can go in with your squads, but I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, so when the game loads up, you'll see this. This is the Narvik map. And you see we've got a number of letters all around the map. These are the control points, A, B, C, D, E and F, and then you've got the spawn points as well. I'm playing as Germans, so my spawn points are on the right. You'll also see your squad, the little green dots. Now, squad play is incredibly important in Battlefield, especially Battlefield 5. So if I want to, I can choose to spawn on those, or I can spawn on our home spawn points. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see points, 590 versus 684, and these will slowly be ticking down. The more control points, the more capture points, the more objectives your team has, the faster the opponent's points tick down. Now, at the moment, we're losing because we only control 2 and they control 3, so we've got to try and capture some more. Now, this decision about whether to spawn in with your squad or not, obviously if you spawn in with your squad, you can help them immediately, but they may well be just about to go into fire. Also, you'll only be spawning in with your base ammunition and meds, so that's something else to think about. But in general, you want to spawn in on your squad. Now, this guy's going into combat, but he's really near the flag, so I'm going to spawn on this guy. Now, at the bottom of the screen with L1 and R1 on PlayStation, we can control which class. I'd say start off with Assault. It's probably the friendliest class to start off with. So I'm going to spawn in on this guy. So as you can see, we've spawned in. There he is. And then your basic movement skills on the PlayStation, it's circle to crouch and hold it to lie down. If your gun is like this, it means you are crouched, but you can still sprint. Left trigger, aim down sights. Right trigger to fire. Tap square to reload. And then, right, there's an enemy there. He just got into that house. Right, there's a guy there. Right, they know where I am now, so I've got to be careful. Just move around.
Objective Dora is now our soldiers.
So as you can see, it takes a number of bullets to kill people. Now, at this point, if I press L2, I could skip the drive. If I press R2, I'll call up for help. There's nobody near me to help me, so I can get rid of that. Now, within your squad, see, all my squad members are dead now, so I can choose to spawn at one of our capture points. But let's spawn back here at our home spawn. Now, on our home spawn, you'll see, and these are dotted around the map as well. There's a medic dump, and there's an ammo dump. And if you look in the bottom right corner, you'll see that I only spawn in with 62 bullets. Now, that's not enough, so I'll take them. And I'll also take an ammo pack, sorry, a medic pack, and that will help me to self-revive as I'm playing. If you look at the mini-map in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that they are on there, so as we're moving around the map. Now, I could grab that vehicle if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm going to tap the big button to see where my squad mates are. He's just ahead, so I'm going to meet up with him. As you get damaged and as you get shot, the only way to revive health is with a med pack, unless you're with your squad. If you're with your squad, you will start to revive. So, as you can see, we're heading towards F, which is being fought over. That's why it's not one colour or the other. My squad guy's a medic. Somebody hiding there. Now, what I could do here, so I could call out for help. Oh no. That guy's come to Is he going to get him? No, he didn't. Right, so he shot my squad mate, So basically we run around standing near these control points. That means we can capture them. Now, what I'll do now is if I spawn in as a support guys, slightly different. They can do something very interesting in... let's get some health. I think I'm full. Am I full of it? Right, I've got some ammo. Now, support guys have the ability to build fortifications. Now, I understand that in the main game, when it releases, it could be that we all can do that. In the same way that we can all revive. But let me just wander up here. Let's find a flag. Right, so if I come on this flag...
We have taken objective Beta.
As you can see, we're capturing the flag now.
Objective Friedrich is ours. Good work, objective Emil is now ours.
Now, what does happen, if you can build things, it will appear on the screen, and then you can press the trigger to do that. Now let's talk about our different gadgets that we can have. Now, left bumper throws the grenade. If I press the right bumper, on the D-pad, I can deploy, in this case, my mines, but depending on which class you're doing, it'll be something different. And left button is left on the D-pad. I can throw ammunition at my colleagues. Got a friendly tank down there, so we're heading down here. Right, there's a guy there. Now, if you press the right button, right shoulder button, you can again spot where people might be. Be very aware of snipers. So I do a self-heal there. So there'll be snipers somewhere over there. So we can run for it.
We are losing objective Friedrich. Be alert. Good. Objective Dora is ours now.
So now, what I can do is I can look at what my squad mate is doing at this point, and if I press circle on PlayStation controller, I can look at the overview, or I can just decide, actually, I want to spawn straight in the action with him and start firing. This is something that's new for Battlefield 5. You see how little... right, let's do a squad revive on this guy. Let's pick him up.
We have taken objective Beta.
Okay, so hopefully this has given you a good idea of what you can do in Battlefield 5. Bring up the map. Right, look for the... right, so we haven't got A yet. Now, I'm now the squad leader, actually, which I'll just show, which is quite interesting. So if I press and hold the right shoulder button, I can now issue orders to my squad by pulling down on the right stick. So I can take that around to there and say, attack A. In general as well, the general things you can do are request ammo, press help. So we're going to head up here, see if we can push the enemy off this map. Again, if you look at the scores at the top, you see it's pretty even, 472 to 448. We are losing, but the more control points that we control, the faster the tick rate, as they call it, or the burn rate will reduce for those. In fact, slight change of plan, we're going to go over to C, I think, because it's closer.
Erobert das verdammte Ziel!
Soldiers, we have lost objective Bertha.
Das verdammte Ziel unter Kontrolle.
Oh. So we can call in a supply canister. Let's call it in.
Erbitten hiermit einen Nachschubbehälter.
Right, so I've just called in a supply drop.
Wird erledigt.
Here it
Topführer.
comes. Being the squad leader, I can do that. Ooh.
Good work. We have taken objective Caesar.
Granate für Sie.
Oh, friendly fire.
Objective Dora has been lost.
Right, that's probably a good time to stop. So, hopefully, this quick start beginner's guide to give an idea of how to at least get started in the Battlefield 5 beta. Again, the main rules are stick it with your squad, play the objective, so capture those flags, capture those points, and you'll have a great time. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.